So now that we've built out the two models, let's compare them side by side using the model comparison tool yet again. So how we do this is we first bring in a union tool and connect the model objects from both our stepwise and our decision tree models together. Then what we do is we bring in our model comparison tool, where the union model objects go into the M, or model side, and the validation dataset goes into the D, or data side. And just like in all of our other models, we're going to name what is a positive class we want to have in that target variable, which is going to be the yes responses. After this, I'm going to bring in a browse tool after this R output and run the workflow. What I'm expecting as the results is to see exactly the same thing in the model comparison tool from our individual models, but now side by side. And the whole reason I'm doing that is it's just easier to compare the two different models against each other side by side rather than looking at two different windows. So let's go examine those outputs now. So the first thing, like we did before, is we're going to look at that accuracy report. And as you can see, the logistic plus stepwise model has a 2% greater accuracy than the decision tree model. But let's look at some of the other items that are found within this report. The confusion matrix is the same as what we saw before, so we're going to just skip over this part. But let's go over to the gains chart found in the diagnostic plots. So what the gains chart is showing me is the true response rate on the y-axis as compared to the rate of positive predictions. So what I simply look for is which of the two models, the quiz stepwise represented in orange, or the decision tree redeemer represented in blue, reaches the top the quickest. So this is split into different deciles, but the only thing you really need to note here is which model reaches the top the quickest and which model is overall highest the most. And what I'm able to see is that the stepwise model from the logistic regression is a little bit higher than the decision tree model in this experiment. But as you can see, there's some different diagnostic plots found within here, such as a lift chart, a precision and recall curve, an ROC curve, etc. I'm not going to go in depth on any of these different types of diagnostic plots, but there are some notes to how to interpret them and what they actually might mean found in the reading notes section. What I typically take is just the gains chart from this diagnostic plots section. But looking at all of this, the diagnostic plot, the confusion matrix, the fit and error measures, the overall accuracy, it looks like we have two very good models on our hands. And the evidence shows that the logistic plus stepwise model performs slightly better in almost every category and test. Therefore, it is the one that I would choose to predict who is likely to redeem deals with future marketing campaigns.